Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is Rifkin, and I present to you the Advanced Tactics version of the Lord and Elise build. Now, for those who don't know, Lord and Elise is working with Gretorp on Fridays for NESL TV with a segment I believe they've dubbed as Newbie Friday or something to that extent. And last week, he showed her a rather estranged build, which I believe was more intended for macro practice than actual practicality to associate with it. And as you see here, I've just hopped onto an EU account because I do not think I could pull this off in Masters League anytime soon. So I'll tell you guys right now, this is not a build you should use. This is not a viable build by any means. But I decided to take what they had done at the NASL and add a little bit of pepper. Now what I'm going to do is fast forward this a little bit, just to get this out of the way quick, because I mean, this isn't casting. You don't need to listen to a bunch of boring small talk while this goes on. Now what happens, for those who don't know, don't watch the show, first of all I highly recommend it because it's hilarious. Gretorp's awesome and Lauren is hilarious, but one important thing is, like he said, look, get 6 barracks. We want you to make a ton of units without looking at them. The idea of this, you know, the whole practice macro thing. So without looking at command center, without looking at all these barracks, you want to make a ton of units. So 6 barracks is basically the staple part of this. So one thing I saw Lauren streaming was the fact that she would get 6 barracks and make a clump of 700 Marines in her base and then get stuck in choke points and never be able to move out with them and lose just to having good macro but no ability to use it. So what I've decided to do is a slight variation to this, where you take 2 barracks at home and 2 in 2 separate proxy locations so they don't all get scouted, and you keep the same level of Marine production, but simply by having them across the field like this, you're not stuck in a choke. You get this big open area. And yes, I very specifically kept playing games at time and time again until I got Neoplanet S, just for Lord Elise, so we all know that's our new favorite map. But yeah, so basically by having units across the field already, you don't have to worry about that clump. You're going to contain your opponent if nothing else. And of course, I've probably got a little bit better micro than anyone in the Bronze League, but that's okay, because as we see here, I'm stutter stepping around the base, but the Marines constantly being rallied forward just allow me to basically overpower whatever could possibly come. Pulling SCVs, trying to do what he can. YOLO, you only learn once, guys.